Hey everyone, Dan Williams here. Today, I've been wanting to do this video ever since after the Memories special came out. So today I'm going to be explaining to you all the timeline of my Thomas series, aka Thomas as Trackmaster and Tomy Friends. So let's get started. Because I've been wanting to tell you guys this because some of you might get confused on the timeline because of some of the differences that are happening from the flashbacks from the memories or the episodes. You know what I mean. So here's what it is. So all the flashbacks that you guys saw from the memory special, like the Edward, Henry, and Gordon flashbacks, or the Thomas flashbacks, or the Percy flashbacks, Toby, Emily, all those flashbacks, those are all canon. All the events that happen. So even Harold's introduction, even though it wasn't in the special, Harold's introduction is canon, like when he met Percy and they raced, blah blah blah. Same thing with Birdie and Terrence. Their introductions are those are canon. Trevor's canon. If you guys don't know, Terrence and Trevor are gonna be in the series. Just so you know. Anyway, now, if you guys ever, in one of the flashbacks of the memories, when Edward was telling Thomas about the coffee pot engine, where he was going to right before Gord interrupted, that I decided to put that in the series because I love that, because I was so confused. Who was the original number one engine? And in The Adventure Begins, when they mentioned about Glenn, the coffee pot engines, that was pretty good. So I decided to keep that in the series. So that's So yeah, that is what I'm gonna. So that's definitely gonna be in the series. Anyway, I don't know if Glenn's ever gonna have an appearance in my series. I'm still thinking about it. Okay. Now Thomas. Now in the Railway series, Thomas was number one. There was nothing described about how Thomas got the number one, or why was he number one? Because he wasn't the first engine, right? So I decided in the memory special that Thomas did not have a number. He was just a no number blue tank engine. But then that changed when Sir Tom had told Thomas to go to the works to get a number, which was number one. So that's what I did. James, just like in the classic series, James is just going to be red, but James's red paint before, like during the events of Edward, Henry, and Gordon, my bad, the three railway engines, the Thomas the Tank engine, James's red paint is old. So that's why James is never boastful about it or is showing off a lot about it. So yeah, James's red paint is really old, like I said. Now, let's see. Now, sorry for saying now twice. I'm trying to think. This is why I need scripts. Okay. So, and also all the events from the classic series, season 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, all the events from those seasons are canon in my Thomas series. Now Emily's flashback or her introduction, instead of the engines being rude to her or ignoring her when she took Annie and Clarabelle, because I'm pretty sure you guys saw in the special that I did that that all the engines were trying to tell Emily that she got the wrong coaches instead of just being rude or ignoring her. Because I really did not like that. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. So that was different. The Magic Railroad, if you guys ever saw my Magic Railroad remake, that is canon too. So if you guys are confused, because Sodor isn't a magical place. No, it's not. So here's what's different. The Magic Railroad, Giant Time, and the Island of Sodor. Island of Sodor is still gonna be a regular railway from the Northwestern Railway, from like London or Britain. I'm trying to remember the location. But if Lady is destroyed, it can affect Shining Time Station, but it's not going to affect the Island of Sodor since it's not a magical place. Alright? It's just that the Island of Sodor and Shining Time and the Magic Railroad are just connected together. Alright? But the Island of Sodor has no effect to the Magic Railroad except for the buffers. But that's it. Now, the hit era. Season 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all those events from those episodes from the hit era all canon. Cardinal Engines. So if you guys have now Cardinal Engines, the events from Cardinal Engines are going to be completely different in my Thomas series, because since I really did not like Cardinal Engines, I decided next year I'm going to do my version of Cardinal Engines. So so technically the events from Cardinal Engines in the regular show isn't going to be like that in my Thomas series. But the events from Great Discovery is canon. Then we get to Hero of the Rails, which the events from that is also canon. Let's see. Oh yeah. So the one thing that's different from my Thomas series, or not the Thomas, the show or whatever. If you guys ever saw episode 4 of my Thomas series, which is Bossy Boiler Emily, that episode takes place between season 12 and Hero of the Rails, which actually shows how Emily's character has changed, like her being a bossy boiler and a rude engine from being a kind and helpful engine. So yeah. That's what Bossy Boiler Emily is. It's just how Emily's character has changed, blah blah blah. Now, so after Hero of the Rails, then we go to episode 1, Little Engines Can Do Big Things. Episode 2, The Zombie Engine. Episode 3, Scruffy's Return. Episode 5, Not So Express Coaches. Number 5, No Goods Trains for Gordon. Trying to remember. Episode 6. Wait. Hold on, I'm trying to remember. Hold on, I'm gonna go back to my playlist. How can I forget the episodes I've been doing? I'm pretty sure I should remember. Hopefully I didn't forget one. So yeah. So after Hero of the Rails, we have episode 1, which is Little Engines Can't Do Big Things. Episode 2, The Zombie Engine. Episode 3, Scruffy's Return. Episode 5. Okay, I'm so stupid. Let's try this again. Episode 4 is Bossy Boiler Emily. My bad, I'm so stupid. So episode 1 is Little Engines Can't Do Big Things. Episode 2, Zombie Engine. Episode 3, Scruffy's Return. Episode 5, Not So Express Coaches. Episode 6, No Goods Trains for Gordon. Episode 7, James Goes Buzz Again, and Episode 8, The Difficult Bend. Episode 9 is gonna come out this week, next Friday. So be ready for that. But yeah, those episodes, except for Bossy Boiler Emily, which since that takes place between season 12 and Hero of the Rails, this takes place. All those episodes take place after Hero of the Rails, which means that there's no Sharon Miller era. There's there's no Misdirection Rescue. There's no Day of the Diesels. No Blue Mountain Mystery. No Andrew Brenner era, which means no King of the Railway or Tale of the Brave. So does Legend of the Lost Treasure. The Great Race. Journey Beyond Sodor, and there's also no Big World Big Adventure era. So this means Thomas as Trackmaster and Tomy Friends is a complete different timeline after Hero of the Rails. So that's what the series is. So technically it's a I wouldn't say alternate timeline. It's like I said, different timeline after Hero of the Rails. So that's what it is. So yeah, that's the timeline for Thomas the Trackmaster and Tomy Friends. Hope you all got all that. Jeez. See, this is why I need scripts. Now I know how Stitch feels whenever he does something like this. But yeah, that's what the timeline for my Thomas series is. But hope you all like that idea that I made for the series. Also, get ready for on June. I think on June 2nd or 3rd is when I start working on Magic Road 2. Alright? All the lines that Stitch, Mindbox, and Matt did are good. Except for those couple of lines for Airy that I forgot to give Matt. But don't worry, he has enough time. But yeah, on June 2nd or 3rd, that's when I'll start working on the Magic Road sequel. So I can't wait for that. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and be really useful.